crystal glass, watching all the desperate strangers pass. Bartender pouring out the amber fire, fueling up the engine of my dark desire. Sitting in the corner booth, sipping neat, feeling all the liquor travel to my feet. Watching how you swallow down the liquid gold, a dangerous adventure waiting to unfold. Intoxication creeping through the rushing veins, washing out the logic, loosening the chains. A toxic combination of the rye and lust, building up a kingdom we can never trust. Intoxicated by your bourbon kisses, hitting every target that my conscience misses. Swallowing the poison from your velvet tongue, feeling incredibly old but acting wildly young. Oh, these burning bourbon kisses. Stumbling through the alleyway, holding hands, failing to adhere to any strict demands. The alcohol is whispering directly to my brain, telling me to dance amid the pouring rain. Your jacket smelling of the tavern wood, doing all the wicked things we never should. Tasting the fermentation on your greedy mouth, sending my morality directly south. Intoxication creeping through the rushing veins, washing out the logic, losing in the chains. A toxic combination of the rye and lust, building up a kingdom we can never trust. Intoxicated by your bourbon kisses, hitting every target that my conscience misses. Swallowing the poison from your velvet tongue, feeling incredibly old but acting wildly young. Oh, these burning bourbon kisses. For our drunk mistakes, or will we pour another double shot of sin, opening the bottle just to let the madness in? One drop, two drops, spilling on the floor. I always demand more. Intoxicated by your bourbon kisses, hitting every target that my conscience misses. Swallowing the poison from your velvet tongue, feeling incredibly old but acting wildly young. Oh, these burning bourbon kisses. Drink it down, drink it down, drink it down, drink it down, spin it around. Bourbon kisses. Bourbon kisses. Kisses. Pendulum swinging from the ceiling so high, dictating the rhythm as the moments rush by. You push me away with a sudden sharp thrust, then pull me back into this dizzying dust. Dodging the punches in this dangerous ring, navigating the tempo of this merciless thing. The brass section blares with a ruthless attack. Whenever I pivot, you violently pull back. Momentum is shifting, the balance is lost. We gamble our sanity regardless of cost. A physical pendulum slicing the room, propelling us forward to an imminent doom. Caught up in this cruel swing, tangled in the puppet string, a brutal momentum that we cannot tame, losing our minds in this physical game. Whiplash from the cruel swing. Whiplash from the cruel swing. Syncopated cruelty hiding inside the snare, tossing my confidence right into the air. I try to find footing on the slippery wood, failing to stand exactly where I should. Centrifugal forces are ripping my grip, tasting the blood on my trembling lip. We rotate so fast that the scenery blurs, accepting the chaos that suddenly occurs. Momentum is shifting, the balance is lost. We gamble our sanity regardless of cost. A physical pendulum slicing the room, propelling us forward to an imminent doom. Caught up in this cruel swing, tangled in the puppet string, a brutal momentum that we cannot tame, losing our minds in this physical game. Whiplash from the cruel swing. Whiplash from the cruel swing. Halt the rotation, dismantle the ride. There is nowhere left for our bodies to hide. This acrobatic routine is incredibly vile. We cannot survive this aggressive style. Swing left, swing right, hold on for life. Caught up in this cruel swing, tangled in the puppet string, a brutal momentum that we cannot tame, losing our minds in this physical game. Whiplash from the cruel swing. Slow it down, hit the ground. Cruel swing. Staring at the bottom of an empty oak cask, completing a terribly sorrowful task. The house is completely stripped of furniture now, wondering exactly where we failed and how. Shouting your name down the vast canyon wall, waiting for hours for a responding call. The distillation of our terrible past proves that the vintage was never meant to last. Reverberations bouncing off the empty space, leaving an acoustic, invisible trace. Fermented memories haunting the corridor, reminding us of what we are fighting for. Listening to the whiskey echoes, traveling down where the cold river flows. A sonic reminder of the spirits we drank, watching the ship as it tragically sank, haunted by the whiskey echoes. Sound waves are vibrating against the cold stone, amplifying the fact that I am fully alone. The malt and the barley have aged in the dark, empty glass, listening to the frequencies slowly pass. Reverberations bouncing off the empty space, leaving an acoustic, invisible trace. Fermented memories haunting the corridor, reminding us of what we are fighting for. Listening to the whiskey echoes, traveling down where the cold river flows. A sonic reminder of the spirits we drank, watching the ship as it tragically sank. Haunted by the whiskey Is anyone there? Just ghosts in the air. Listening to the whiskey echoes, traveling down where the cold river flows. A sonic reminder of the spirits we drank, watching the ship as it tragically sank. Whisper to a shout, whiskey echoes. White hallways and fluorescent tubes, sitting in circles in symmetrical cubes, counting the days on a calendar sheet, trying to regulate my own heartbeat. Sharing our traumas in the therapy group, feeling completely thrown for a loop. I noticed your hands were trembling so, craving the warmth of a comforting touch, checking the vitals and measuring pain, flushing the chemicals out of the brain, replacing the substance with something new, trading my previous addiction for you, navigating this rehab romance, giving our survival a secondary chance, a clinical setting for a passionate cure, making our tainted anatomy pure, surviving this rehab romance. Swallowing pills from a small paper cup, hoping these dosages finally add up. We whisper our secrets after the curfew bell, escaping the confines of this medical cell, monitoring symptoms of a harsh withdrawal, leaning my back against the hospital wall. You offer a jacket to banish the chill, proving that human connection can heal, checking the vitals and measuring pain, flushing the chemicals out of the brain, replacing the substance with something new, trading my previous addiction searching for you, navigating this rehab romance, giving our survival a secondary chance, a clinical setting for a passionate cure, making our tainted anatomy pure, surviving this rehab romance. Are we actually healing or shifting the blame? Just finding a brand new distracting game. Is this a recovery or a dangerous trap? Erase all the progress and wipe off the map. Breathe in, count to 10, start it all over again, navigating this rehab romance, giving our survival a secondary chance, a clinical setting for a passionate cure, making our tainted anatomy pure, surviving this rehab romance. Discharged today. Will we stay? Will we stay? Will we be okay? Rehab romance. Ice cubes clinking in a crystal glass, watching all the desperate strangers pass. Bartender pouring out the amber fire, fueling up the engine of my dark desire. Sitting in the corner booth, sipping neat, feeling all the liquor travel to my feet, watching how you swallow down the liquid gold, the dangerous adventure waiting to unfold. Intoxication creeping through the rushing veins, washing out the logic, loosening the chains. A toxic combination of the riot and lust, building up a kingdom we can never trust. Intoxicated by your bourbon kisses, hitting every target that my conscience misses. Swallowing the poison from your velvet tongue, feeling incredibly old but acting wildly young. Oh, these burning bourbon kisses. Stumbling through the alleyway, holding hands, failing to adhere to any strict demands. The alcohol is whispering directly to my brain, telling me to dance amid the pouring rain. Your jacket smelling of the tavern wood, doing all the wicked things we never should, tasting the fermentation on your greedy mouth, sending my morality directly south. Intoxication creeping through the rushing veins, washing out the logic, loosening the chains. A toxic combination of the riot and lust, building up a kingdom we can never trust. Intoxicated by your bourbon kisses, hitting every target that my conscience misses. Swallowing the poison from your velvet tongue, feeling incredibly old but acting wildly young. Oh, these burning bourbon kisses. Ooh. healing for our drunk mistakes? Or will we pour another double shot of sin? Open the bottle just to let the madness in. Hey! One drop, two drops, spilling on the floor. I always demand more. Intoxicated by your bourbon kisses, hitting every target that my conscience misses. Swallowing the poison from your velvet tongue, feeling incredibly old but acting wildly young. All these burning bourbon kisses. Drink it down, drink it all down, spinning around. Bourbon kisses. Staring at the bottom of an empty oak cask, completing a terribly sorrowful task. The house is completely stripped of furniture now, wondering exactly where we failed and how. Shouting your name down the vast canyon wall, waiting for hours for a responding call. The distillation of our terrible past proves that the vintage was never meant to last. Reverberations bouncing off the empty space, leaving an acoustic, invisible trace. Fermented memories haunting the corridor, reminding us of what we are fighting for. Listening to the whiskey echoes, traveling down where the cold river flows. A sonic reminder of the spirits we drank, watching the ship as it tragically sank, haunted by the whiskey echoes. Sound waves are vibrating against the cold stone, amplifying the fact that I am fully alone. The malt and the barley have aged in the dark, leaving a permanent resonating mark. Phantom acoustics lingering in the grand hall, watching the shadows begin to crawl. I whisper a secret into the empty glass, listening to the frequency slowly pass. Reverberations bouncing off the empty space, leaving an acoustic, invisible trace. Fermented memories haunting the corridor, reminding us of what we are fighting for. Listening to the whiskey echoes, traveling down where the cold river flows. A sonic reminder of the spirits we drank, watching the ship as it tragically sank, haunted by the whiskey echoes. Silence the valley, muffle the sound, bury the barrels deep underground. These sonic reflections ghost in the air. Listening to the whiskey echoes, traveling down where the cold river flows. A sonic reminder of the spirits we drank. Watching the ship as it tragically sank, haunted by the whiskey echoes fading out, whispered to a shout. Whiskey echoes. Ticking slowly on the grandfather clock, waiting for your key to turn inside the lock. The kindling's ready, but the flame is small, spreading tiny shadows across the entry hall. Driving down the highway with the headlights low, we pondering the reasons why our progress is slow. We never had an explosion or a sudden crash, just a quiet reduction into piles of ash. Friction is building underneath the surface floor. We don't even bother to argue anymore. The temperature is rising by a single degree, gradually destroying both you and me. Caught in a slow burn, waiting for the wheel of fortune to turn. No sudden fireworks to illuminate the sky, just a long goodbye where the embers die. Yeah, this agonizing slow burn. Oxygen is dwindling in this airtight room, sealing our relationship inside a tomb. I watch the wax melting from the candle wick. The passage of time is a cruel magic trick. Soot and heavy residue covering the glass, wondering how long this purgatory will last. We are simmering gently on a low heat stove, starving out the remnants of our sacred love. Friction is building underneath the surface floor. We don't even bother to argue anymore. The temperature is rising by a single degree, gradually destroying both you and me. Caught in a slow burn, waiting for the wheel of fortune to turn. No sudden fireworks to illuminate the sky, just a long goodbye where the embers die. Yeah, this agonizing slow burn. Invisible, but it fills up the chest, giving our exhaustion absolutely no rest. Flicker low, watch it fade, watch it fade. The final show. That we made, caught in a slow burn. Until it looks like gold, playing the innocent part that I was sold. People look up and expect a pure divine, never seen the cracks along the outer line. Carrying the weight of everyone's belief, searching the heavens for a slight relief. They placed a crown of virtue on my tired head, but I would rather be a mortal man instead. Pedestal is towering, the altitude is steep. Promises of sanctity are far too hard to keep. Gravity is pulling at the feathers on my wings, listening to the tragic song the fallen angel sings. Wearing this heavy halo, sinking into the muddy earth below. Tarnished glory that I cannot sustain, trading my divinity for human pain. Beneath the heavy halo, hovering above the sinners in the street. Envy rising when I watch the lovers meet. Righteousness is quite a lonely place to dwell. Sometimes I wish I could experience the hell. Glittering beside, concealing my immense regret. Trapped inside this holy, suffocating net. I wanna make mistakes and stumble in the mud, remembering the feeling of the rushing blood. The pedestal is towering, the altitude is steep. Promises of sanctity are far too hard to keep. Gravity is pulling up the feathers on my wings, listening to the tragic song the fallen angel sings. Wearing this heavy halo, sinking into the muddy earth below. Tarnished glory that I cannot sustain, trading my divinity for human pain. Crushed beneath the heavy halo. Hitting ground, lose the light, join the night. Wearing this heavy halo, sinking into the muddy earth below. Tarnished glory that I cannot sustain, trading my divinity for human pain. Crushed beneath the heavy halo. Let it drop, watch it fall, and it all heavy halo. Stepping on a toxic groove, stepping on the floorboards with a dangerous sway, knowing I should probably turn and walk the other way. The rhythm grabs me by the hip, reminiscent pulls me tight, surrendering my logic to the funky night. Catching your frequency from across the crowded room, vibrations thumping like a sonic boom. My feet are moving though my brain is saying no, caught in the undertow of this infectious show. Chemical reactions sparking in the humid air, sweat is dripping down from your tangled hair, hazardous magnetism pulling us to crash, ready to turn this discotheque to ash. Spinning in a toxic groove, losing all control over the way we move. A lethal tempo that we simply can't ignore, leaving us exhausted on the ballroom floor, caught inside the toxic groove. Contagious melodies infecting my eardrum, making my rational defenses totally numb. You spin around and shoot a venomous smile, convincing me to stay another little while. The bassline slithers like a serpent in the dark, leaving a very distinct invisible mark. We synchronize our steps into a deadly dance, trapped in a deeply hypnotic rhythmic trance. Chemical reactions sparking in the humid air, sweat is dripping down from your tangled hair, a hazardous magnetism pulling us to crash, ready to turn this discotheque to ash. Spinning in a toxic groove, losing all control over the way we move. A lethal tempo that we simply can't ignore, leaving us exhausted on the ballroom floor, caught inside the toxic groove. Exit this rotation very quick. Step left, breathe in deep. Step right, lose some sleep. Spinning in a toxic groove, losing our control over the way we move. A lethal tempo that we simply can't ignore, leaving us exhausted on the ballroom floor, caught inside the toxic groove. Keep on dancing, can't stop dancing, lethal prancing, toxic groove. Toxic groove. Fluorescent lights reflecting on the pavement stone, walking through metropolis, feeling so alone. Magenta signs are flashing overhead so bright, creating artificial daytime in the darkest night. Traffic signals changing from the red to green, observing every detail of this urban scene. Water puddles mirroring the glowing sky, trying to discover a reason you said goodbye. The city never slumbers, electricity flows, but underneath the glamour, the misery grows. Voltage running high, but my battery is low. Lost inside the spectrum of the downtown glow. Crying neon tears in the pouring rain, technicolor sorrow masking all the pain. Electric drops are falling from my heavy lashes, illuminating all our dreams reduced to ashes. Wept a river of neon tears. Subway trains are rumbling underneath my shoes, broadcasting a frequency of modern blues. Billboards displaying happy people smiling wide, contrasting the agony I carry deep inside. Umbrellas rushing past me in a hurried blur. I remain a statue unable to stir. Sign illumination painting my pale cheek, searching for the comforting words I cannot speak. The city never slumbers, electricity flows, but underneath the glamour, the misery grows. Voltage running high, but my battery is low. Lost inside the spectrum of the downtown glow. Crying neon tears in the pouring rain, technicolor sorrow masking all the pain. Electric drops are falling from my heavy lashes, illuminating all our dreams reduced to ashes. Wept a river of neon tears. Shine. The synthetic luminescence makes the heartache worse. Living in this technopolis feels like a curse. Flicker, short circuit, sparks fly, then we cry. To ashes, wept a river of neon tears. Colors bleeding, unplug the sun. Neon tears. On the floorboards with a dangerous sway, knowing I should probably turn and walk the other way. The rhythm grabs me by the hips and pulls me tight, surrendering my logic to the funky night. catching your frequency from across the crowded room. Vibrations thumping like a sonic boom. My feet are moving though my brain is saying no.
Caught in the undertow of this infectious show. Chemical reaction sparking in the humid air.
Sweat is dripping down from your tangled hair.
A hazardous magnetism pulling us to crash.
Ready to turn this discotheque to ash. Spinning in a toxic groove. Losing all control over the way we move. A lethal tempo that we simply can't ignore, leaving us exhausted on the ballroom floor, caught inside the toxic groove. Contagious melodies infecting my eardrum, making my rational defenses totally numb.
You spin around and shoot a venomous smile, convincing me to stay another little while.
The bass line slithers like a serpent in the dark,
leaving a very distinct, invisible mark.
We synchronize our steps into a deadly dance,
trapped in a deeply hypnotic rhythmic trance. Chemical reaction sparking in the humid air.
Sweat is dripping down from your tangled hair.
A hazardous magnetism pulling us to crash.
Ready to turn this discotheque to ash. Spinning in a toxic groove. Losing all control over the way we move. A lethal tempo that we simply can't ignore, leaving us exhausted on the ballroom floor, caught inside the toxic groove. Dying from this overwhelming heat. The harmony is poisonous, the melody is sick.
We need to exit this rotation very quick.
Step left,
breathe in deep. Step right,
lose some spinning in a toxic groove. Inside the toxic groove.
Keep on dancing, keep on dancing, lethal prancing. Toxic from the ceiling so high, dictating the rhythm as the moments rush by. You push me away with a sudden sharp thrust, then pull me back into this dizzying dust.
Dodging the punches in this dangerous ring, navigating the tempo of this merciless thing.
The brass section blares with a ruthless attack. Whenever I pivot, you violently pull back.
Momentum is shifting, the balance is lost. We gamble our sanity regardless of cost.
A physical pendulum slides in the room,
propelling us forward
to an imminent doom. Caught up in this cruel swing, tangled in the puppet string.
A brutal momentum that we cannot tame,
losing our minds in this physical game. Whiplash
from the cruel swing. syncopated cruelty hiding inside the snare, tossing my confidence right into the air.
I try to find footing on the slippery wood, failing to stand exactly where I should. Centrifugal forces are ripping my grip, tasting the blood on my trembling lip. We rotate so fast that the scenery blurs, accepting the chaos that suddenly occurs.
Momentum is shifting,
The balance is lost.
we gamble our sanity.
Regardless of cost, the physical pendulum slicing the room, propelling us forward to an imminent doom. Caught up in this cruel swing, tangled in the puppet string.
A brutal momentum that we cannot tame,
Losing our minds in this physical game. Whiplash from a cruel swing.
dismantle the ride. There is nowhere left for our bodies to hide.
This acrobatic routine is incredibly vile.
We cannot survive this aggressive style.
Swing left, swing right. Hold on, hold on
For life,
caught up in this cruel swing.
that we cannot tame, losing our minds in this physical game. Whiplash
From the cruel swing, slow it down, hit the ground. Cruel swing. Shadows stretching across the bedroom wall, waiting for a lover who will never call. Ashes tumbling down upon the silken sheet, silence feeling heavier than our defeat.
Stray dogs howling at a silver moon, strumming out a melancholic, lonely tune. Cigarettes are burning down onto the filter tip, tasting your departure on my lower lip.
Inhaling memories we cannot erase, exhaling secrets in this empty space. The haze is thick, blinding our weary eyes,
Choking
on a dozen beautifully disguised lies.
trapped inside the midnight smoke,
A masquerade where both our spirits broke, floating through the fog of what we used to be. You remain a phantom haunting me.
yeah, we are fading in the midnight smoke. Curtains drawn against the approaching dawn, wondering where our passion has
Finally gone,
my fingers bleeding on these rusty strings.
mourning all the sorrow that tomorrow brings.
Perfume lingering upon the collarbone,
Sitting by the fireplace, utterly alone. Embers dying slowly in the blackened grate, realizing we surrender to a tragic fate. Inhaling memories we cannot erase, exhaling secrets in this empty space. The haze is thick, blinding our weary eyes, choking on a dozen beautifully disguised lies. Trapped inside the midnight smoke, a masquerade where both our spirits broke, floating through the fog of what we used to be. You remain a phantom haunting me. Yeah, we are fading in the midnight smoke. In the midnight smoke.
can we clear the air before we suffocate?
Is it far too late to renegotiate? Lungs are heavy with the weight of our regret.
This atmospheric
Sadness we shall not forget. Just breathe, let the vapor dissipate.
just breathe
Before we asphyxiate. Trapped inside the midnight smoke, a masquerade where both our spirits broke, floating through the fog of what we used to be. You remain a phantom haunting me. Yeah, we are fading in the midnight smoke. Let it drift away,
watch it drift away.
nothing left to say. Midnight smoke. Midnight smoke. Fingertips are callous from pressing on the fret, playing the same progressions that I want to forget. The harmony is clashing against the vocal line, proving that your rhythm is out of sync with mine.
Tuning pegs are rusted, the neck is slightly bent, wondering where all of our beautiful music went. I try to strike a major, but it always sounds so flat. A sonic representation of exactly where we're at.
The amplifier buzzes with the static harsh feedback. Our composition suffers from the sympathy we lack. No amount of practice can fix this glaring flaw, breaking every single fundamental musical law.
Strumming on these broken chords, slashing through the silence like a pair of swords. An ugly dissonance that rings inside the ear. The soundtrack of a romance disappearing year by year. Nothing but these broken chords. Sheet music scattered across the studio rug, trying to sweep the errors underneath the bug. Isolate the frequency to find the source of pain, but every single monitor bycast the same refrain.
Microphones are picking up the heavy sighs we breathe, waiting for the final cue for one of us to The melody is fractured, the pitch is way too sharp, plucking on the agonizing strings of a ruined heart. The amplifier buzzes with a static, harsh feedback. Our composition suffers from the sympathy we lack. No amount of practice can fix this glaring flaw, breaking every single fundamental musical law. Strumming on these broken chords, slashing through the silence like a pair of swords. An ugly dissonance that rings inside the ear, the soundtrack of a romance disappearing year by year. Nothing but these broken chords. Unplug the cables, shut the session down. We are the worst performing duet in this town. Stop trying to harmonize a fundamentally flawed scale. This entire chord-seed experiment was destined to fail out of tune. Lost the key. Pity you. On these broken chords, slashing through the silence like a pair of swords. An ugly dissonance that rings inside the ear, the soundtrack of a romance disappearing year by year. Nothing but these broken chords. Let it ring, watch it ring out. Stop the sing, just stop singing. Broken chords. Sepia tone memories playing on a loop, sitting on the staircase of my childhood stoop. You wear a fedora and a classic tailored suit, an elegant aesthetic that nobody can refute. Black and white cinema flickering on the screen, trapped inside a glamorous but melancholic scene. You apply the lipstick with a steady, graceful hand, looking like a goddess from a forgotten land, projecting our illusions on a dusty velvet wall, waiting for the final cinematic curtain to fall. The reel is spinning backwards to a better yesterday, trapped inside an era where we always want to stay, chasing after vintage shadows, dancing in the artificial retro meadows. An antique love affair that time left behind, a beautiful delusion manufactured by the mind, lost among the vintage shadows. Gramophone needle scratching on the thick shellac, staring at your photograph in a classic Cadillac. The dialogue is scripted, the romance is rehearsed, living in a timeline that is painfully reversed. Polka dot dresses and a string of milky pearls, observing how the cigarette smoke elegantly curls. We pose for the camera with a manufactured grace, hiding our projecting our illusions on a dusty velvet wall, waiting for the final cinematic curtain to fall. The reel is spinning backwards to a better yesterday, trapped inside an era where we always wanna stay, chasing after vintage shadows, dancing in the artificial retro meadows, an antique love affair that time left behind, a beautiful delusion manufactured by the mind, lost among the vintage shadows. Roll the credits, no turning back, no more edits, chasing after vintage shadows, dancing in the artificial retro meadows, an antique love affair that time left behind, a beautiful delusion manufactured by the mind, lost among the vintage shadows. Reel stops, curtain drops, vintage shadows. Vintage shadows. Yeah. Minutes ticking slowly on the grandfather clock, waiting for your key to turn inside the lock. The kindling is ready, but the flame is small, spreading tiny shadows across the entry hall.
Driving down the highway with the headlights low, pondering the reasons why our progress is slow. We never had an explosion or a sudden crash, just a quiet reduction into piles of ash. Friction is building underneath the surface floor. We don't even bother to argue anymore. The temperature is rising by a single degree, gradually destroying both you and me. Caught in a slow burn, waiting for the wheel of fortune to turn. No sudden fireworks to illuminate the sky, just a long goodbye where the embers die. Yeah, this agonizing slow burn. Oxygen is dwindling in this airtight room, sealing our relationship inside a tomb. I watch the wax melting from the candle wick. The passage of time is a cruel magic trick, soot and heavy residue covering the glass, wondering how long this purgatory will last. We are simmering gently on a low heat stove, starving out the remnants of our sacred love. Friction is building underneath the surface floor. We don't even bother to argue anymore. The temperature is rising by a single degree, gradually destroying both you and me. Caught in a slow burn, waiting for the wheel of fortune to turn.
slow burn. Should we call the engine to extinguish the spark? Or let the entire building dissolve into the dark? The smoke is invisible, but it fills up the chest, giving our exhaustion absolutely no rest. Flicker low, watch it fade. The final show that we made, caught in a slow burn, waiting for the wheel of fortune to turn. No sudden fireworks to illuminate the sky, just a long goodbye where the embers die. Yeah, this agonizing slow burn spark is gone, cold dawn. Slow burn spark is gone. Slow burn, slow burn. Stare at white hallways and fluorescent tubes, sitting in circles in symmetrical cubes, counting the days on a calendar sheet, trying to regulate my own heartbeat.
Sharing our traumas in the therapy group, feeling completely thrown for a loop.
I noticed your hands were trembling so much, craving the warmth of a comforting touch. Checking the vitals and measuring pain, flushing the chemicals out of the brain, replacing the substance with something new, trading my previous addiction for you, navigating this rehab romance, giving our survival a secondary chance, a clinical setting for a passionate cure, making our tainted anatomy pure, surviving this rehab romance.
Whoa. Swallowing pills from a small paper cup, hoping these dosages finally add up. We whisper our secrets after the curfew bell, escaping the confines of this medical cell, monitoring symptoms of a harsh withdrawal, leaning my back against the hospital wall. You offer a jacket to banish the chill, proving that human connection can heal. Checking the vitals and measuring pain, flushing the chemicals out of the brain, replacing the substance with something new, trading my previous addiction for you, navigating this rehab romance, giving our survival a secondary chance, a clinical setting for a passionate cure, making our tainted anatomy pure, surviving this rehab romance.
over again. Navigators, rehab romance.
Oh, giving our survival
A secondary chance.
a clinical setting for a passionate cure, making our tainted anatomy pure, surviving this rehab romance.
Discharged today.
Will we stay?
Will we okay? Rehab romance. Sepia-tone memories playing on a loop, sitting on the staircase of my childhood stoop.
You wear a fedora and a
Classic tailored suit, an elegant aesthetic that nobody can refute.
black and white cinema flickering on the screen. Trapped inside a glamorous but melancholy scene.
You apply the lipstick with a steady, graceful hand, looking like a goddess from a forgotten land, projecting our illusions on a dusty velvet wall, waiting for the final cinematic curtain to fall. The reel is spinning backwards to a better yesterday,
Trapped inside an era where we always wanna stay,
chasing after vintage shadows,
dancing in the
artificial retro meadows,
an antique love affair, that time left behind,
a beautiful delusion manufactured by the mind, lost among the vintage shadows,
gramophone needle scratching on the thick shellac,
staring at your photograph in a classic Cadillac.
the dialogue is scripted, the romance is rehearsed,
Living in a timeline that is painfully reversed,
polka dot dresses and a string of milky pearls,
observing how the cigarette smoke elegantly curls.
we pose for the camera with a manufactured grace,
Hiding all the misery behind a perfect face, projecting our illusions on a dusty velvet wall,
waiting for the final cinematic curtain to fall.
the reel is spinning backwards to a better yesterday,
Trapped inside an era where we always wanna stay,
chasing after vintage shadows,
dancing in the
artificial retro meadows,
an antique love affair, that time left behind,
a beautiful delusion manufactured by the mind,
lost among the
vintage shadows.
cut the projector
no turning back, no more edits. Chasing after vintage shadows, dancing in the artificial retro meadows. An antique love affair that time left behind, a beautiful delusion manufactured by the mind, lost among the vintage shadows. Reel stops, curtain drops, vintage shadows. Oh. Silk fabric draped across the wooden floor, soft footsteps heading for the grand front door. You touch my skin with a delicate caress, leaving me trapped in this elegant distress.
Gentle patterns traced upon your shoulder blade, watching how the golden afternoon light starts to fade. I never meant to tell your delicate design, but matching your pace is a steep hill to climb.
We are woven together by a fragile thread, haunted by the phrases that we left unsaid. One sharp pull and the seams begin to tear, leaving us exposed to the biting winter air. Oh, protect my velvet heart, ripped at the edges, pulling apart. A luxury texture that you can restore, bleeding out slowly on the parlor floor. Torn velvet heart, stitching up the patches with a golden wire, trying to rekindle that exquisite fire, but every single needle leaves another permanent scar, reminding us exactly of how broken we are.
Lush crimson cushions covered up in great dust, replacing our devotion with a cold distrust. I wrap myself in layers of this heavy fabric shield, refusing to acknowledge all the wounds that never heal. Ooh.
We are woven together by a fragile thread, haunted by the phrases that we left unsaid. One sharp pull and the seams begin to tear, leaving us exposed to the biting winter air. Oh, protect my velvet heart, ripped at the edges, pulling apart. A luxury texture that you can restore, bleeding out slowly on the parlor floor. Torn velvet heart. Can luxury survive when the structure decays? Are we just a fashion that eventually fades? Don't throw it away like a cheap piece of rag, carrying this damage like a heavy luggage bag. Handle with care is to